Follow me on a gastronomic adventure through Dubrovačko Primorje. The crystal clear Adriatic Sea is clearly a source of incredibly fresh seafood, and when I say seafood, I mean the complete range, from shellfish to fish and everything in between. And one absolute speciality are oysters, fresh from the sea. The combination of fresh spring water, clear seas, and of course lots of hard work, these oysters are recognised as some of the best in Europe. Can you get better seafood than this? No. Thank you.
Very nice.
Perfect. So Perica, how long does it take for these oysters to actually grow?
And 2 to 2 years.
2 to 2 years, yeah. So why is this area, why is this sea so good for growing oysters?
Because the sea is clean and is the fresh water.
Fresh water. So fresh water is the key, and obviously a clean sea for producing great oysters. So what feedback do you get from guests when they try your oysters?
They say it's very amazing and very tasty.
This is a region where traditions are not only followed, but they are nurtured. Things are passed down from generation to generation, and as the world moves towards a more self-sufficient, sustainable way of food, Dubrovačko Primorje is certainly well ahead of the game. People eat what's in season, what they can produce from their plants, from their fields, or in our case, from the sea. These are meals that have been produced for decades. This is real food from real people in traditional surroundings. Now, the Mediterranean diet is often considered one of the healthiest in the world, and for good reason. This is vegetables picked directly from the garden, bucket loads of olive oil, and of course, recipes that pay homage to past generations. And we need some rosemary now for the fish that we caught earlier. Directly from the field to the plate. You can't get much fresher than this. Now in season of tomatoes, but then cucumbers as well. Later it'll be melons, lemons. Like I said, directly from the plant, directly to the plate. That's fresh. So at the beginning of any good meal, you need a nice glass of raki, grappa. And I wonder if you've ever seen this before. This is actually called in English quince cheese, made from the quince fruit. It goes perfect with a nice glass of raki. The ideal way to start a good meal. Meals are a chance for all friends and families to spend some time together, and with a kitchen like this, you don't only get time around the table, but even whilst cooking. The basic characteristics of Dalmatian cuisine are fresh ingredients, simple preparation with little intense spices, and lots of mostly fresh herbs and wild plants. And you can prepare seafood in various ways, direct from the grill, in a brodet or stew, as a soup. You can't really fail. One local speciality is black risotto, well worth a try. They have a saying that a fish swims 3 times in its life: in the sea, in olive oil, and in wine. And fish is on the menu for me today. And now the fish is going to swim for the 3rd time in a glass of fine wine. Local wine, of course. And after a great meal, it's time to burn off some of those calories. This is a traditional local dance called linjo. And yes, I know I'm not very good, but this is my first time. Every place along the coastline has its own linjo group, and I caught up with, and indeed joined, the linjo from Slano. Dubrovačko Primorje has a wide selection of great restaurants and eateries to choose from. Whether, like me, you fancy a plate of seafood or a more meaty dish, vegetarian or just a light snack. Bon appetit or dobatek.